Hi everyone, I hope you're well. This is CoinsKid. Just gone over to Bitcoin, but got a CoinsKid cruise. So I did make a post way back when on BNB, and I've been posting this setup for many years. For those people that have been following me for many years will know I've got this theory that this is some kind of end game here for Bitcoin. This is the last cycle. This is basically the big five-wave move up, and then that's it. It's a prolonged bear market. So I do think that Bitcoin's got further to go. I don't necessarily see five waves in this next leg yet. So that's why I still remain bullish with the S&P 500, with the DXY, so on and so forth. I think we're nearing the completion of this bull market, and it's coming a lot quicker and sooner than people actually anticipate. Now, one of the coins that was part of my analysis of confluence of this particular, this big last wave up was BNB. So this is why last year I did make a post on the Discord and the Twitter for those people remember, and equally showing you in the Bitcoin videos that BNB had five waves down. It was a beautiful little sweet spot. But on the macro, I think that from the bear market bottom in 2018, we've had a 1 into a 2 into a huge 3. Then we had the flat correction, the alternation for BNB. It was an A, it was a B, it was a C, flat correction. Ever since then, we've been coming up. So I think, what we've done in recent times for BNB is made new all-time highs, okay? And this is something I didn't anticipate. And this is why I did say in Relay, it's a beautiful sweet spot way back there after the five-wave move down. And it has been, we've rode a beautiful move up on BNB. I have posted an update on my anticipation and targets, but I think BNB is the clue that we've been in a massive macro move, the 1, the 2, the 3, the 4, the flat correction, and then boom, the final fifth wave, which is what we're actually in right now for BNB. So again, I just think it's part of my confluence analysis that the fact that we are looking at some kind of, end game here over relatively short term. And if it does come and then people, think it will continue and things like that, I do anticipate that we're looking at some kind of big bear market, some kind of massive ABC correction, not just in Bitcoin, I think in everything, in the stock markets and the S&P 500, the Dow, the DJI, whatever. I think we're looking at a big collapse right there. I don't know why. Is there a war coming or something quite drastic? I don't know. But it's just something I see. I think this is the last sort of run up and cash grab basically. So let me dive into the Bitcoin chart right now and show you, my macro move and obviously in the short term as well what I'm looking at. So quickly before I do dive into the Bitcoin chart, I just want to show you the BNB setup. Basically we've got a consolidation pattern here, bull pennant, going sideways, broke out, back test. This was a setup that I did post with the CoinsKid crew. We're back testing this level of resistance as support, and right now we look like we may be gearing up to get to the technical target of the actual bull pennant, which is around about $862. So my minimal target in the last wave for BNB, which is confluence of my analysis that this is your final fifth wave, is 1.272, around about $1,000 for BNB. So what I think we've got is really simple. We've got a massive move up, an ABC zigzag, a wave 3, a flat wave 4, some kind of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and we're looking at that completion of this bull market for BNB, and then I'm anticipating a massive, ABC wave correction that could come all the way back down to roughly, what is that there? It's around about $48. So that would be my anticipation. That's your bear market right there for that particular coin. So 1 into a 2, into a 3, into a 4, into a final fifth wave. Minimal target 1.272, boom, bear market, around about $48 before potentially coming back up for this particular chart. Okay, so this was a move that we jumped into, and this is one of the coins that did send my channel viral. I remember I was making videos around about here, early 2021, we're consolidating a range and then we bust out, and I called all this move. It was beautiful. It was a minimal target. It was a fantastic trade for myself and the CoinsKid crew at the time, and it's what sent my channel viral. I remember going from something like 4,000 subs to around about 100,000 subs in a couple of weeks because of my BNB call. So right here, way back in October of last year, we got the 5 wave down, the bump and run pattern. It's something I did relay to the CoinsKid crew. We broke out, back test, boom, beautiful impulsive move. So this particular coin right now is just basically catching up to Bitcoin. So pay attention to BNB. I think it gives a game away. Consolidating a range, broke out, back test. We're looking for continuation. Minimal target $1,000. At that point I was seriously think about my position in this particular coin. Okay, let me dive into the Bitcoin chart right now and show you something I'm looking at on the macro. So take a look at Bitcoin on the daily time frame. At the moment I'm looking for a signal in this particular indicator. Now this indicator is called the Pi Cycle BTC indicator. I've shown you this indicator before. For example, for those people that have been watching the channel for a very long time, as we ran into this leg here, this resistance, which was here, okay, which was a technical target of the falling wedge for those people that that are not familiar with the channel. I was looking at this particular target being a level of resistance anyway because we broke out of this falling wedge. And like I said to you, what we've got here is a tightening range from this correction here where we began this ABC correction. Once we took out this resistance here, I said to you, I do think we'll find a leg of resistance at that point just there, and that's exactly where we found resistance. come back to support, and then we'll break towards this green line, which is part of the pi cycle top indicator. So at that point, I did anticipate, and go back to these videos here when everyone was getting really bearish. I think blockchain backer and so on and so forth was saying this is it, we traced, we're rolling to the bear. I did say to you that this point here will be key resistance. We should have a correction at that point and then build up the support to break through it, because the parabolic stage will not begin in this particular market for Bitcoin until we break back above that green line, basically. So that green line at the moment is a really key level of resistance at 89,654. So if we was to see a major break here for Bitcoin where it starts to turn around, go vertical, I would anticipate that that is resistance again, but a level of support and then break through it. Now what we're looking for Bitcoin is to get its ass and close out above that moving average, and once it does, this is where your parabolic stage begins, okay? Your verticalness in this particular chart, once you get your ass above it, this is where you start to go vertical in your blow off top, okay? So this is what I'm looking at for Bitcoin. I'm looking for the crossover between the moving averages to print the pi cycle top, and again, data not emotion. So if we start to see that up there, I'll relay that to you. I will tell you I'm out and things like that. And obviously the market sentiment and people saying, what you're talking about, Bitcoin's taking off and blah, 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 and all that. But I'll just be relying on the data. So far, so good. We've done everything that I did anticipate from this point here. We're into the green line, consolidating a range, and we're looking to build level support to break back above, okay? So if we do start to see Bitcoin taking out the green line, which is basically $89,000, then I think that, the verticalness begins in this particular market for Bitcoin, the euphoria, the altcoins melting faces and things like that, just like it was just there, and just like it was just there. So this is why I don't think there's much time left in this market. So at the moment, it's hanging on by a thread, obviously. If we start turning into resistance, then I'm completely wrong. So I'll keep you updated as best I can. Hope you enjoyed that update. Stay healthy, stay strong, stay tuned, and thank you for your support. Take care, everyone. Back to another update on Bitcoin. Bye-bye.